The 11th of June 2025 is 21.5 degrees Celsius and it's a good day. It's a bit unsettled, but a bit overcast, but it's a good day. No showers so far anyway. Now, folks, Greta Thunberg, you'll all know who she is. I don't think she needs any introduction. I did several videos on her, and I got banned from Facebook for telling her she should have better things to do. I don't think I ever got back on it. Anyway, she decided that she had enough of the climate change gig. I think she had that milked for all the publicity she could get out of it. There wasn't too many others bringing her to speak to conferences or anything else, because the next thing is Putin moved into the Ukraine, and that put them with other things to think about. They had more to think about. So now that's bled for all it has and not much achieved, only a lot of hysterical people, a lot of hysterical politicians, and an awful lot of political failure and lost opportunity and jobs lost with her carry on and all that. She now moves on to Gaza. So the woman that was all for climate change and worried about climate change and climate justice and justice for the people affected by climate change is now take her position against Israel and in favour of Hamas. Now she went on the modelling, something name of a vessel like that anyway. She set off from Italy and she had Liam Cunningham with her. He's an actor, or he got her launched or whatever anyway, and Liam had a big tiff with Conor McGregor. Apparently they don't agree, and I'd like to debate Liam Cunningham. I never heard of him until last week. So while Greta got a bit of more selfie publicity, he may have got a bit of publicity too. Apparently he was in some film called The Game of Thrones or something, but I never heard of him before, and I'm living only up the road from, no matter where he is, he's somewhere, I presume, around Dublin. Anyway, if he wants to debate me on the subject of immigration and these subjects, he's and climate change, very welcome. I'm only too delighted. Nobody ever took me on yet, and it's about time somebody did. So the thing is, right, Greta was intercepted. She had about a half a ton of food, nappies and things like that, and she was intercepted, and they had a lot of the stuff they had, any food was it. So any kind of high energy biscuits or potato crisps or chocolate, that was all gulped down, and the ice cream, and all that was left was the nappies and a few things like that, according to the Israelis. But the Israelis boarded the boat and gave them water and sandwiches, and then they brought them to Tel Aviv and invited them to look at a video about the Gaza, the Hamas strike into Israel on October the 7th, where they committed unspeakable atrocities, and she said she would not under any circumstances watch any such video. She wasn't going to be told what to watch. And this is the same with her on the climate. She drove the world mad. She lit up the place with our stupid solar panels and windmills and data centres and every goddamn stupid idea to generate electricity. They went off on a big fuss generating more electricity, and when they had it generated they wanted it more and more and more. It was never how could we cut back a bit. It was always let's generate more and more and more, and she was behind all this. She never raised a hand. Anyway, she turned out to be anti-Jewish. That's the way she is, and not very balanced in her way of going on. I have sympathy for the people of Gaza. But anyway, that's it. The Israelis took her didn't take her in custody. She made a video of herself the day before saying she was going to be kidnapped. They just brought her to Tel Aviv. When she wouldn't look at the film, they gave her a cup of cocoa and they horsed her back to France with all the rest of them. I hope to seize the boat and don't give it back. Sell it to somebody. I have no use for it. Now, the big thing about her voyage, called the Freedom Flotilla, leaving Italy and going to Israel, was diesel powered, all diesel powered. Nobody ever saw a sail at all, all powered by diesel engines, the very thing she spent years trying to get us to dump. So the hypocrisy of her knows no bounds. Anyway, she's humped off out of there, and that'll carry her out of the limelight for a while. But one of the things I think that I would have handled it differently. I'd have let her through to Gaza and keep her in it. And I'm telling you, if she was stuck for 3 weeks in Gaza, let her get food and water all she likes. If she got 3 weeks plunging around Gaza, the Hamas would give up. They'd lay down their arms. There's nothing would cause the demoralization of an army or a movement or any crowd of mad fellas or anything else than a 3-week tour by Greta Thunberg. And I'm telling you, when they'd listen to her, you have stolen my youth. When they'd listen to her for 3 weeks, might take another week to get them all out, they'd throw down their arms. They'd run and they'd never come back. Folks, she's a laughing stock. And anyone that give her any credence is a laughing stock. And RTE Ireland and BBC and all these people and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, all laughing stocks. That's all they are. I think she's nearly running out of causes now. What will she do next? I have no idea. I have no idea. She has no education now. I don't think she has any education. She'll be looking for a handy job in Europe or something. We'll see how that goes. So I'd say she'll be back in Sweden by now. Just looking for notice, looking for self-attention and an attention seeker. It take a lot more than Greta Thunberg to solve the Middle Eastern crisis. I'm telling you that. Good luck. Bye.